Hello, Nui Pete, and did you see 94 degrees? That's what it felt like in Kaneohe. Our next guest is perfect timing that you're here. She's here to discuss ways to keep us safe from potentially life-threatening emergencies in the heat. Joining me now is TJ Denari, Clinical Coordinator, Injury Prevention and Outreach from the Queen's Medical Center. Aloha, TJ.
Aloha,
Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we got the nice AC in this room, but I know it's very, very hot outside. And can you share with us what heat stroke is?
That's a really good question. So heat stroke is the most severe form of heat illness, and it's a life-threatening emergency. Mm-hmm. And what it is it's exposure to the sun, extreme exposure to the sun. And what happens in this case is our bodies don't sweat, and so it can't decrease our body temperature. The thing is that there are individuals that are more susceptible to heat stroke, and that can be our keiki, our kūpuna, even individuals that work outside every day because they're exposed to that sun.
Yeah.
But the thing is that heat stroke is this type of condition progresses rapidly, so you really do want to seek medical treatment immediately. And I think sometimes there can be confusion between dehydration and heat stroke, but signs and symptoms of that are, dizziness, nausea, confusion, fast heart rate, which feels like our heart's beating really fast.
Right.
Those are some of the signs and symptoms.
Well, I'm so glad we're talking about this because local people, we grew up in the sun from baby time, and we're like, we can handle. But these are important signs to look out for, especially like you said for our kūpuna and our keiki. Now, obviously, we should never leave a keiki unattended in a car, even with the window cracked open, right?
That's absolutely true. So number one, heat stroke related injuries are actually the highest for children, okay?
Wow.
And it's very eye-opening. And so what happens is that, you were just talking about it, it's 84, 94 degrees outside. Well, inside that vehicle, as fast as every 10 minutes, it heats up 19 to 20 degrees.
Wow,
and so
that's extreme.
It is, and so even if you think, it's cloudy outside, it's, we're in the shade, it's overcast, that inside of the car is still heating up.
Wow.
And our children, our keiki, are more susceptible to this, like I talked about, because they have physiological differences. And what I mean by that is their bodies just heat up faster.
And not fully developed, so they're different than an adult, right?
Right.
But I know that Safe Kids Worldwide, they have an acronym that can help us with our keiki to kind of watch out for or to give them some tips to prevent the threat.
Yes, absolutely. So first of all, Safe Kids Worldwide is a fantastic resource. ACT, ACT is the acronym. So A, avoiding these heat stroke related injuries, never leave a child in a parked car. Mm-hmm. And then also, take the keys, make sure keiki, I have kids, they like to grab the keys, go into the car, right? So you want to make sure that they don't do that. And when you get out of the car, lock that door and make sure so they don't climb back in.
Right.
C is really for creating those reminders. We get tired as parents, just as individuals. So creating reminders, using a stuffed animal, something soft, putting it in the car seat when the kid's not in the child isn't in the car seat, and then moving it to the front seat to trigger that reminder, because it's all about preventing heat stroke.
I love that. That is a great tip.
Yeah, and then T, the taking action. If you see a child in a parked car, call 911 immediately. Our first responders, our emergency personnel, are trained in this type of situation, and we really want to get those kids, even our kūpuna, out of that car and cool them off.
I love that. It takes a village, so we got to make sure we're watching for everybody out there. Yeah. Now, we got about 30 seconds. Can you share some recommendations for parents with school-age keiki and how to keep them, again, safe?
Absolutely. And I think number one, loose-fitting clothing, cotton clothes, but I'll say the number one, sending them to school with water bottles so that they can refill their water bottles throughout the day, and also, talking to them about overheating, because you don't want to just wait till they're thirsty. We want to hydrate throughout the day, staying away from those sugary drinks, sunscreen, a hat when they're outside.
Right, for those outdoor activities. These are some great tips. We do have some of this information up on our website. You can go to kitv.com/links. TJ, thank you so much for being here and giving us these very important tips, especially because August, we are heating up big time.
Yeah.
So we got to take care of everybody, especially our keiki and our kūpuna.
Yeah.
And thank you again for stopping by. We appreciate it.
Thanks.